Hey guys, welcome back to another Crash Team Racing video. This time we will be discovering everything you need to know about Sacred Fire and Blue Fire, which is also known as the Ultimate Sacred Fire or USF for short. I'll also be sharing some important tips on how to maintain Blue Fire for an entire race. So remember to stay throughout the whole video to not miss anything. And let's start right now. Now, before I actually dive into Sacred Fire and Blue Fire, there is one mechanic in the game you will need to understand about first, which is called reserves. So, what are reserves, why is it important, and how does it work? I'll make this as simple as possible. To simply put, reserves are your hidden boost tank, and the more drift boosting you do, the more reserves you have, and the more reserves you have, the longer your Blue Fire or Sacred Fire will last. This is why you see a lot of players constantly drift boosting even while on a straight line, because they want to maintain that reserves. They want to keep that Sacred Fire or Blue Fire with them at all times because of the big amount of speed it gives. So here is an example of Blue Fire with and without reserves. Notice that without reserves, the Blue Fire ends much faster. This is why it is important to constantly build up your reserves by drift boosting to keep Sacred Fire and Blue Fire longer. Now that's out of the way, let's finally move on to Sacred Fire and Blue Fire, and we'll start with the Sacred Fire first. So how do you get Sacred Fire? Basically, you get Sacred Fire by using a normal turbo boost pad in any map. You will notice that you have a Sacred Fire from the big flame behind your card. You can basically keep the Sacred Fire you got from the turbo boost pad by building up your reserves, which means constantly drift boosting. So that is what Sacred Fire is. It's actually a pretty simple mechanic in a game to understand. Now let's move on to Blue Fire. But before that, I just want to say that if you find this video helpful, do consider subscribing to my channel, because not only will you be getting more videos like this, but you'll also be helping my small channel to grow as well. So what is Blue Fire and how do you get it? Basically, Blue Fire is a much faster version of Sacred Fire, and the way you get it is almost the same, but only a certain turbo pad will give you Blue Fire, and those turbo pads are called Super Turbo Pads. Now it is important to keep in mind that not all maps has a Super Turbo Pad, so which means you can only get Blue Fire in certain maps. Now I'm going to show you every Super Turbo Pads in the game, and then I'll move on to some important ways to maintain Blue Fire for the entire race after that. The first tip in maintaining blue fire is, to no one's surprise, you have to consistently drift boosting, even while on the straight road. And by consistent, I mean trying to hit a perfect 3 times for every boost chain. You can aim to boost on good, but I recommend to hit a perfect on every last boost. This is to ensure you get the maximum amount of reserves for every boost. Second tip is to not press the brake button on the ground, which is the square button on the PS4, because doing so will make you lose blue fire immediately. However, you will not lose blue fire while you are in the air. This is why air braking like this exists. Link to the video on air braking up here. And the third tip is to use turn characters if you are having trouble maintaining blue fire. Because of the crazy amount of speed you get from blue fire, some players may feel overwhelmed and lose control if they play as a speed character or acceleration character while they are having blue fire. Did you know that you will not lose blue fire if you hold the down key and the brake button at the same time while you are on the ground? This is actually pretty cool, as it is pointed out by one of my subscribers here. Shout out to him in this video. So I'm sure you've learned a thing or two, whether you're a beginner or an advanced player, and if you did, I do hope you consider supporting my small channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. This way I'll know that you enjoyed this and it encourages me to make more videos just like this one. That's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.